What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Nerdy Volume Podcast. Today, oh man, I'm excited for today. Today we are reviewing the book adaptation. The book adaptation. Man, I can't say that word. That word is really hard. The book adaptation of Project Hail Mary. Is this the best sci-fi adaptation ever? Or did it miss the opportunity? We're going to find out today. So sit back, relax, and turn it to 11. All right, everybody. Oh, that was weird.
So are you dizzy there?
Yeah.
You looking dizzy.
I just woke up from a 5-year induced coma.
I see.
That's why his eye is stitching, because he has a whole bunch of sleep in there.
Yeah. Because he missed the first canister. It was going too fast.
But so today we are talking about Project Hail Mary, which is a sci-fi book about a man who wakes up with no memory, but he's on a ship in the middle of space, have no idea why, and he needs to try to figure it out. Little bit by little bit, he comes to find out that the Earth, well, not the Earth, but the sun is dying, and he needs to figure out why. Oh, and by the way, aliens are real, because there's a cool little alien in this too, and his name is Rocky, and he's the dopest. I really love Rocky.
Same.
Spoilers. If you haven't watched it yet,
or
pause.
If you ever watched it or read the book, I would recommend both.
Yes.
And I actually recommend both.
But
how
half
do you
of us
say
didn't do the book or read the book.
How do you say the author's last name? Is it Weir? Andy Weir? Is that his name?
You're asking
Andy,
a person who doesn't know how to say anybody's
Andy,
name?
I'm asking everybody that's sitting down.
Yes.
Did y'all just gonna agree?
Yes.
I think you're right.
Weir.
Andy Weir, right?
I want to say.
Or
yes.
is that the no?
It sure ain't Wire. It's Weir.
Well, for me, I enjoyed both the book and the movie. The book made me do a lot of the rock eyebrow moments on both sides. I don't know if you guys can even see me attempt these eyebrows. You know what I'm saying? And I was actually I was listening to the audiobook, and I was playing Raft, which is a very pretty cozy game. And when I would stop playing and almost die, just kind of getting through the scene. And if I didn't get it right or hear it right, I'd always go back. So I was playing a lot. I got through half the game, which took us months to get to certain levels, by the way, months at the time. Well, I mean, we were also gathering. It's a resource thing, but yeah, it was one of those yo, what's going on? It was really in depth. And when it came to the movie, it was actually everything I thought it'd be. I wasn't expecting a whole lot, because it is book to movie. Yeah. And considering how long the audiobook was, it was 18 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was just geez. And they got to pack that into, and then I saw how long the movie was, about 2 hours and 5 minutes. I was like, oh, they're going to skip a lot. And I'm so glad they skipped that intro where he wakes up. Oh, in the book, it was so graphic. But yeah, that was my take.
Yeah. So, Iz and I have read the books or heard the books. Look, potato, really.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
They went through it. They went through the book.
Yeah. We whether physically or virtually,
audibly,
we had the book. And I think Randolph and Jarrell. By the way, Jarrell is back with us, everybody.
Hello again, third time.
Thank you for coming back. I really enjoyed you last time. We were debating whether or not we were gonna kick one of us out and just have you replace them, and then just call you the new pick the person.
Don't do that.
Yeah. No, we're gonna put a poll and see who we want to remove.
Don't do that.
It's me. It sounds like it's doing that.
Don't do that.
I didn't want to say it was gonna be Iz.
How dare you?
Please.
You figured it out. They
just because it took $10,000 from our account.
$10,000? What?
Huh? Back to you.
But Randolph and Jarrell, you guys didn't read the books, correct?
Nope.
You just
I
watched
watched the movie
movies?
opening
Watched the
night.
movie.
I watched it.
Boo.
I didn't know
Okay.
I didn't know it was a book until I started seeing reviews about
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah, because I saw the trailer in 28 years later.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't see a lot of trailers on TV anymore.
Me
Right.
neither. Me neither.
It's when I'm at the theaters is really and just all the YouTube stuff that I watch people talk about it, but I
Yeah.
don't really saw it. So I saw the trailers like, oh, that looks good, and I like space stuff, so I
Yep.
watched it. And then afterwards, I was like, oh, it's a book, and people were like, oh, the book is like 10 times better, and you should listen. And they said the audio is like the best way because what you guys were talking about the narrator and how they do Rocky sounds. So they like the audio. They said is like the best way to
Mhm.
enjoy it. So maybe in the future.
Yeah.
Are you much of a reader?
Yes, I go in spurts. Like I'll read audiobooks. I'm not opposed to audiobooks. I'll go like a year or two, and then I might not read something for like 3 or 4 years. So it just really depends. I'm gonna start listening to Mistborn.
Ooh.
It's getting really good reviews, and I know there's a series coming out eventually in the future, but it's like one of the
They-
highest rated sci-fi books. So I was like,
bought the entire what is it called, the Cosmoverse. I forgot what he calls it, but I think it's Apple or HBO. They bought the entire thing from the rights from Brandon Sanders, so they're going to be doing all of it. Because I don't know if you know anything about Brandon Sanders, but all of his books are interconnected in one way or another. They're part of the same like multi-universe.
Okay,
right.
That's pretty
So
cool.
they all have some kind of connection, and in some cases, some of the characters from one book cross over with characters of other books too, which is pretty awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. But Mistborn is
I
one
love
of those
that.
books for sure. I've been wanting to get into it. I haven't read the last book, but I've read most of his Way of Kings series, which is called...
Is that book one of that?
No. Mistborn is a different series altogether.
Oh, okay.
The Way of Kings and the ones that come with it, I forgot what that one is called. Something Chronicles, but those are really good too. But they're freaking giant. Like the books themselves are like this thick.
Okay,
you
I can't see you sticking enough to describe it.
But when you watch the video, they're this thick.
Is it like Game of Thrones size books or bigger?
Yeah, no, it's about that size, if not a little bit bigger.
Okay,
they're huge. They're
So
huge.
like
but
800 pages?
no,
way
Game of Thrones
more
is
than
way
that.
more than that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
1,050 or 1,500?
Yes, I would say yeah.
So double? Nice.
So yes, I am gonna get into that as the next audiobook. But yes, so here and there, it just depends on the mood.
Yeah.
To answer the overarching question.
That's cool.
There's
Did you know that? Oh, sorry.
No, in Way of Kings, there's approximately 1,000 to 1,300 pages.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Well,
That's
I mean,
that's a
back in
lot
the
of-
day, I used
that's
to
a
read a
of
lot.
pages.
Oh shit. Okay.
I used to read a lot back in the day. I mean, some of them though, I'd never really finished, but I would just read like 600 to 800 pages, and I just never go back to them, or I never read the next book.
So hypothetically, if you had nothing else to do, how long would it take you to get through a book with 1,500 pages?
Oh man,
About 3
if
years.
I were to read, it would probably take me like. Well, I would only read for a couple of hours a day, so it'd be like 3-4 hours. If I were 16 hours.
Okay.
Wait, you said 1,600. Oh, double that. So about 30 hours.
So a day and a
Because
half.
I gotta go back sometimes.
So a day and a half. You can
Yeah,
read
yeah.
it. Okay. All right.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That is a lot.
That is
Yeah.
that is so fast. You know
it
how
all
long
depends on how like invested I am in the scene, because I'm quick. Like I remember I read the Goblet of Fire. That was Harry Potter's like biggest book at the time when it came out. I read that in like, I want to say in 8 hours, but I don't remember.
Dang.
I finished that like midway. I finished like 200 pages. I was like, whoa.
I'm listening to the full cast version of the Harry Potter series because they just came out with a full cast, which is amazing. If you guys haven't, you should definitely listen to it. But yeah, that's a 20-hour book on the Goblet of Fire is a 20-hour book on there.
Wait. Oh, with the cast, you mean? Like reading their parts?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
20
Dang.
20-hour book, which is pretty crazy. But the narrator, by the way, for the Project Hail Mary, his name was Ray Porter.
Ray Porter.
Yeah,
The
Ray
OG.
Porter is the narrator for Project Hail Mary. By the way, I was really hoping that Ray Porter was going to be the voice Rocky in
Same.
the movie because I would have been so sick.
Same. Yeah.
But instead it was James Ortiz, which did a great job.
Yeah.
I think he did a great job as Rocky as well.
He was the I don't even know the technical. He was a puppet master for
puppeteer?
Rocky. Puppeteer. Thank you. He was the puppeteer for it.
In the movie.
Yes.
Oh.
Nice. Oh, then
Not
I
only
guess
that-
that helps.
Yeah.
I'm talking about that actually, which is pretty amazing. So when I was watching this movie, okay, by the way, I really enjoyed the movie, and that's saying something because book adaptations suck most of
Yeah,
the
they're
time.
never really that dope. Yeah.
But this one, I think they did a really good job. And I made a comment about movies today. I think it was during Ant-Man, the last Ant-Man that came out.
Ant-Man Quantumania.
Quantumania.
Yeah, Ant-Man Quantumania. I think it was in that one that I made a comment that today's movies have gotten super lazy because they use green screen and CGI for everything in their mama. Like if they could no, it wasn't that. It was the Thunderbolts. I think that's when I said it because there were like fighting scenes in it and it was just CGI fighting scenes and you're just like you could have made this practical and still made it work. Like it could have.
What scene in Thunderbolts was a green screen?
The parts when they're fighting. What was
Sentry.
his name? What was
Sentry-
when they're-
yeah.
at the
In the
when they
universe.
were going.
Sentry would
like
have
when
to
he's
have a lot
punching
of
them and they're
green screen.
flying across the room. You could tell it was just CGI. It wasn't them actually moving through the room.
I got you.
And you're just
When they were
kinda
going
like,
through
man,
their
it's-
dreams and stuff, and
Yeah,
they're like
right,
going
right,
through
right.
the memory.
Well,
scene?
no, it was
Okay.
before that when they were fighting in the building
Oh, when he threw Guardian
when he
out
was
of
in
the
gold before he turned all
yes.
black when he was in the gold.
okay.
form.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
I did not know
And I
that.
was like,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, I was like, bro, this could have been practical. You could have made it look good.
Mm.
And so while I was watching Project Hail Mary, I was like, man, this movie looks different. It looks interesting. Like there's something about it that I couldn't put my finger on it. This whole movie had no green screen in it at all. Everything in this movie was practical.
Hmm.
Every
Yep.
part of it.
Adrian, practical.
So the only CG really were some parts of Rocky were CG. That's
Yeah, like super small part, but most of it was all puppeteering,
Was all-
right?
Yeah.
Even
okay.
even
Which
the
was-
ships,
Yeah, even they constructed the entire ship.
wow.
It was all real. Like even the scene they were talking about how the scene where he's out when he's hanging outside of the space and the like the infrared stars and everything, like it turned really red. The screen
Mhm.
that was actual infrared. They had a camera that was catching everything in infrared,
That's
and
crazy.
they lit it that way so that when they projected it on the screen, it looked infrared. It wasn't like CGI or anything or green screen. I was just like, yeah,
Wow.
there was a reason why this movie looked really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
He did
awesome.
a fantastic job with this movie.
Absolutely.
I loved every second of it. Yeah. So pretty much this movie's about Ryan Gosling's character, which by the way, Ryan Gosling did a fantastic job.
hmm
I really enjoyed. I think what was the last movie he was in? Was it
It was the acting one,
Stuntman?
right? Yeah,
no,
the stuntman one.
Stuntman. Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
it?
yeah, right?
Was it called
Stuntman.
Stuntman? Oh,
I think it is.
I thought it was a Fall Guy or something like that.
Emily
That-
Blunt.
yeah.
a Fall Guy. I think that was his name. The name of the film
Oh,
with Emily Blunt.
yeah. Fall Guy. Yeah, you're right. I think he's just a good actor in general. I think. I mean,
Dude,
I
he's
haven't seen a movie
hilarious.
with him in it, and I'm just like, wow, that was not very good. But I think he did a good job. So he wakes up, doesn't know anything. Eventually starts to realize that he's here. He's actually kind of a genius, right? Although he's only like a middle school science teacher,
Right.
but that's only because he's been kind of like laughed at out of science
Yeah, he was
science circles.
how
scientific
they would
circles.
call. He was a coward.
Mhm.
How they would call him.
He's not brave enough. That's what.
Well, that was later, but the reason why he worked at a school was because he suggested that water isn't the only
Only
it's
way
not the
for
only
life.
way life form can start to build, right?
Yeah.
There could be other ways, which apparently even in this movie it's not true. But yeah, I oh man, I just really enjoy. I'm so happy they made this movie, and
So-
go on.
Yeah. So well, I really like the movie myself. Yeah, I think it's one of my favorite films. This past 2 years actually. But I wanted to get you guys' opinions. Like after watching the movie, what is it that stood out to you guys that felt like, wow, this is actually a pretty good movie, or what things felt off to you that made it not so great of a movie to you guys? What do you guys think?
I think what stood out in the movie for me was actually a lot of the tone and even like the filters for the cameras. It matched what I was reading or was listening to. I guess it matched my thought process of what it looked like. And since I already knew the movie was coming out before I read the book or even knew we were going to talk about this, I only had Ryan Gosling's face when Ray Porter was talking, which doesn't match because Ryan Gosling sings R&B. I don't know if you guys knew that. But he has a more like kind of like a lower tone in his voice. So it was funny trying to put the voice to the face on the audiobook. But then hearing him in the film, it just felt like maybe it was just him. It's just in a different universe. He sounds like Ray Porter in a different universe, maybe. But I as far as what fell off, it would be probably my biggest issue was one of the main characters. She was actually very different from the movie than in the book. In the book, Strat was absolutely like she was a gangster. Like she wow. Like if you wanted anybody on your side, Strat was that person. You know what I mean? Like that's how dope she was. In this film, they kind of played the more emotional side, but I mean that was one of the things that felt off about the film. But it's not like it wasn't necessarily needed because then that would need the film to be more on Earth. You know what I mean? But there was a scene that I really wanted in there. We didn't get it, unfortunately, but like I guess like what do you guys think? Like what did you guys think of Strat's character?
I had a question before I answer that. Or
yeah,
you said in the
Terrell, can you speak up just a tad bit?
Sorry, is that better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's me having the mic not close to my mouth. You said she was different in the book.
Yeah,
because I felt like she, other than the karaoke scene, which they said was not in the book.
No,
I felt like she was a hard ass. Like she was like, I don't really care what I need to do. I'm going to do what it takes to save the world.
Yeah.
So was she? You're saying she's more hardcore than that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. And like,
so give me just one example, just so I can visualize.
One example. Like, okay, so
because
go ahead. No, Leo, you do it.
No, I was gonna say like pretty much. You have to understand. Strat's character was the most vital character for the Earth.
Yes,
right?
I agree.
The entire world depended and obeyed everything Strat said. She was in control of every superpower in the world.
Yeah.
Right. If she said jump, they all said, how high do you want us to jump? because she was, they all gave her power to do whatever she wanted, whenever she wanted, however she needed to do it. Right. And she used that power. Like she there was a part in the book where they're talking about like they needed something and she's like, okay, it's done. And they're like, wait, but don't you have to like ask somebody? And she's like, no, they already gave me the approval when they told me I'm in charge. So it's done. Yeah. We're like, I don't need to ask nobody nothing. It's getting done.
And that's only one example.
But she did that in the movie as well. They said like, I need this. She's like, I'm trying to remember the specific scene, but they asked her like, can we do this? She's like, yeah, done. But I'm talking like, what would make, to me, she's already hardcore. So if you're saying she's like more,
so
like
there was a scene in the book that they didn't do in the movie. It was a courthouse scene.
Okay.
And they were basically putting her on trial.
Okay.
And she says, no, I'm not on trial. I'm only here because it'd be better that I show my face. Is respect out of you. She's like, I'm not here to be on trial. I'm allowed to do this. And then they said, you in what army? And she's like, I have the U.S. military behind my back. Who do you have? And then she walks out. In trial.
That's powerful.
What they put her on trial for?
Oh man. It had to do with the Sahara Desert, or was it the Mojave? What was it? Which desert was it?
A desert.
Oh, it was
a desert. Yeah, I can't remember which one.
Well, in the book, it was like the Sahara. I'm pretty sure it was the Sahara Desert.
Okay.
And so they had to literally like make the entire desert like black with something that will destroy the ecosystem. And so the Supreme Court took her to court for doing that because it wasn't authorized. But she did it without asking for permission because she already knew she had permission.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she destroyed a whole ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's pretty hardcore.
With the Chinese and the Russians' help. Yeah, dude, it was bro.
Of course, it's the Sahara Desert.
She was she was such a thug.
Okay.
No,
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
I personally think that Strat's character in the movie was well done. I loved every second of it.
It was okay.
Yeah, I agree.
But for
There's
sure, for sure, like I think maybe they played they. I don't think the movie kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Portray.
Portray. Thank you. They didn't portray the immense power that she had.
Oh,
yeah,
like,
they didn't.
like,
Yeah.
But at the same time, even though it's kind of interesting because her character, like, even though she has this power, and yes, she used it, I would say she never was corrupted by that absolute power.
Yeah.
Right? She's like, I'm doing this for the benefit of the world. Right. Like, I understand that I may be, like Iz was talking about, I may be destroying an entire ecosystem, but it's better to destroy this small part of the world for the entire world, because we're all going to die. It doesn't matter if what I do here then, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, her character, loved every second of it. I didn't mind that she sang for the karaoke part, because I think people
was
kind
weird
of forget.
to me.
Well, you thought
I
it was
think they
weird?
did it just to show that she has some emotion.
Right,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
humanity to her.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I completely agree.
the humanity comes when she's talking to Grace, when
Right.
she's forcing him to join the Project Hail Mary.
Time
Like-
out. That is not human. That is not. Human.
No, she didn't have it in the movie.
Oh,
In the book, that's where she had her emotional part.
Oh, okay.
with
I'm sorry.
Grace. Yeah, my fault. I didn't explain that. But yeah, in the book, her emotional grasp to humanity was to Grace was that. She's like, I understand what I'm putting you through, but you have to understand me. This is what I used to do. And then she was like explaining what's going to happen, you know, and if you don't go, this will happen, is what basically she's saying. And she's like, you don't want that to happen, right? You know, and then he's like,
Did she still put him to sleep in the book?
oh yeah. Oh no. Okay. Oh yeah.
No,
She does. Yeah. Because so this is where Grace and her have their showdown in the book. It's a little bit more graphic, and it's funny because the guy Carl was actually my favorite character in the film because he was cool, man.
Yeah.
He was so cool. And I was just like, because I knew when he was detailed to watch Grace, I knew he was going to be the one. I was like, this got to be, because I like this guy.
Nope. No arguments from there.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, no, I mean, these are just some little things that I had about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt like she was powerful to me as well when she took the mic. They even had everybody just kind of staring at her, and the room got quiet. You know, she did sing really well, I thought.
I agree.
Oh yeah, she
But
said
it was just the fact that like she even just like stopped, like she didn't even finish the song. She's like, all right, that's enough, and just walked out, you know. And I was like, okay, dang. Number one, and number two, the second scene that got me how powerful she was is the fact that she wasn't asking for Grace to go onto the ship with her or with them. She was basically kind of forcing him to go into the ship because like she felt like humanity needed him and he needed to go onto the ship to accomplish what needs to be done. So I just felt like I don't know, that to me that's one of the ways that she showed her power, I guess. But I guess in the book it's a little bit more hardcore, like you guys said.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I mean, still, I still think they did a great job. For me, I think, how do I like I read the book a while back, so I'm still trying to like remember every part, and I remember the bigger details of it, but the smaller details I don't. Is you read it more recently, so
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong. So both in the movie and in the book, the reason why Grace has to go to space is because their scientists blow up.
Yeah.
They die.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Dubois and Shapiro.
Yeah. In the book, was it by accident or was it sabotage?
It was accident. Both the movie and the
okay. I couldn't
Yeah.
remember that, and for whatever reason, I had it in my head that I thought it was a sabotage, like they purposely blew up in the book, and in the
You know
movie it looked like it was a sabotage by accident.
Oh, it's because that's what in the book that's where Strat says, oh yeah, this person's here to watch me because of, potential threats to my life. Cause she did have them. I think that's what no, it was an
Maybe.
accident because, when Dubois and Shapiro asked for a certain amount of astrophage,
Right.
they gave them like a 1 milligram more than they're
Yeah, yeah.
supposed to. Yeah.
No, I think
And
it
then
was
they
like
blew
10
up.
times more. They were supposed to only get like 0.1 and they got like 1 milligram or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like a ridiculous amount that they
Yeah.
got. And you were just kind of like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Oh, that's
bro.
true. A
Yeah.
little bit too much than they can handle.
Yeah. Or Earth. Oh, dude. So, like in the book, there was a really cool part where the Russians was showing Grace or Dr. Grace how astrophage can be made into an engine or something like that. And then he was using like the tiny little plates or whatever as ways to show how the engines will work in Project Hail Mary. But I loved the movie version better because it looked freaking awesome with the the melted block. I was like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about melted iron or metals on screen, but it looks. That's why I'm a big fan of Wolverine's claws and his adamantium and all that stuff. Like Ultron's like build like those. I don't know why. Maybe I'm into robots. I'm not sure. I don't have a lot of robot stuff. I mean, I like the Ninja Turtles, and Shredder has a lot of metals on him. Huh?
Maybe that's where it started.
Sounds
Maybe
more
I'm
like
Shredder.
claws. So you just like
Yeah, I
metal
was gonna say.
claws.
guys, wait. It's not about me. It's about Project Hail Mary. Anyway, I did like that part. I did like that
We are
part.
following up on your tangent.
Hey.
It all
Anyway.
goes back.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, no, I did like that part in the movie more so than in the book. I do miss the part where there's a lot of Russian hospitality in there, which is really cool, and even the parts where he goes to. I don't know if they go to China or they have the Chinese prime minister there, but those are all really cool when you see the other countries intervening.
Oh, yeah.
More so on Earth. And I understood that there's no way that you can get all that Earth content from the book as well as the space content, because there's a lot of stuff in space that they missed that I was a little sad about, and some that I was a little glad about. And it's only the intro of the book that I'll just say, oh man, I don't want this in the movie.
Isn't he like start like throwing up, right?
No, bro, that's not it. There's close your ears, everyone. No, or men, close your ears, men. No, so in the beginning, he's like, he was in the induced coma and whatnot, and he has stuff all over his body and something in his urethra.
Oh, that's right.
And it
yeah.
pulls out. Oh, bro,
Yeah, he pulls
I was
it
like,
out.
this is the intro to the book, by the way, guys. All right,
Damn.
and I'm playing a game. I'm about to get killed by a shark. I'm like, whoa. I was like, I'm not listening. I heard what I heard. I'm glad that wasn't there. I knew that it wasn't going to be there because I was just like, Hollywood ain't going to let that through.
I mean, if it was on HBO, maybe they would show that. They're not going to show that on. It'd have to be like X-rated for them to put that on TV. I mean, on the movie, just to show.
Well, you don't have to show it. Like it was just like it could have just came from his pants. You never. You know what I mean? Like he would have had clothes. He could be. Yeah, the implication wasn't there either, which is even better. I'll just like
crawling like a
because if you read the book and you saw that,
caterpillar.
you would know what that was about. I was like,
yeah, but 90% of people who go to the movies do not read the book.
You're right.
So there's like, okay, there's a tube coming between his legs. Was it coming from his butt?
Yeah,
coming from his thigh.
Well, if he's screaming in pain,
belly button.
I mean,
Right.
he's acting. So if he's acting and it's implied, he would have been screaming in pain, and every man on this planet would know.
Well, yes. So if he does the hands to the balls flinch thing, then yes,
or scream at a high pitch. Yeah,
everyone would understand that.
Yeah. But I'm glad that wasn't there. I mean, I'm sorry I had to explain it, but I'm glad it wasn't there.
No,
I was haunted by that for a solid first couple chapters of that film, because first two, because he was kind of getting his bearings, but like a lot of the space stuff was missing. A lot of the cool math that he did was kept in there though, which was really nice.
Well, yes and no. I think because I had a friend who we kind of like suggest books to each other, and I was telling her to read this one, and she's like, oh, and I told her like, she's like, what? How can you describe the book? And I'm like, it's sci-fi, and then I'm like, it's also kind of like really nerdy in the sense that there's a lot of mathematics, like conversation, like very scientific words are being used. So if you don't know what they're talking about, or if science isn't something that you enjoy, it's going to go over your head, or you might not find that to be pleasing, right? And in the book, it has a lot of it, right? And I actually really enjoyed it. Like it kind of shows the why Grace is qualified to be the scientist on the ship. He understands everything that's happening, and he speaks from it from the perspective of his scientific knowledge, right?
Mhm.
And so in the movie, I can see why they don't include a lot of that, because it gets really detailed in a lot of ways in the book, and so in the movie, it's not as crazy, which I can understand, because you start talking a lot of crazy scientific stuff, and you probably can lose people. Although I think like movies like Interstellar did a great job of it too. So
Yeah.
it's just the manner in which you come around it. By the way, Interstellar is probably one of my favorite movies. Period. I think that movie is wonderful. And in reality, I think if I compare any sci-fi movie like it, I would compare it to Interstellar.
Interesting.
Same.
Yeah, because
Yeah, and so when I-
relativity
right,
plays a
right.
lot.
And so watching this movie, I definitely was like trying not to, but knowing deep down that I was comparing it to Interstellar.
I was doing it too. I was doing the same
Yeah, I
thing
was like,
while watching
man,
it.
yeah, like I don't want to compare it, because if I my hopes are up here, and it's actually down here, I'm gonna get really disappointed. And I'm like, it's also a book adaptation, and we know those are gonna suck anyways,
But it's almost inevitable when you say, when someone asks you, "Oh, what's the movie like?" Project Hail Mary. The first thing that comes into your head is Interstellar. So I always say, "Have you seen Interstellar?" Yeah, it's basically like that movie, but a little bit of humor in there. But I mean, there's no other way, or
There
no
is.
other comparison.
Just
unless
say
you guys know.
no. Just say it's about a scientist who goes to space and he has to save the world.
Yeah.
Oh, so Interstellar.
That is Interstellar.
You're not trying to sell it. You're just saying this, like, to not give anything away. That's the easiest and basic way that you could tell someone.
No, that's true. I
Because
mean,
when you say space, people know it's going to be sci-fi, and they know it's
right.
going to be like fantastical a little bit. And he's trying to save the world. Like, it's the easiest way to tell someone.
True.
If they
I
don't
mean,
like
you're not
sci-fi, they're not
wrong.
going to watch it.
Yeah.
That's
All
true.
right, all right, Gerald, I dig that. I'm gonna say that from now on, because if you say Interstellar, people are gonna be like, "Oh, Interstellar."
Correct. And
That's
most
so
people have not
nerdy,"
even
and like, whatever.
They haven't seen the movie. They're like, "What are you talking
Yeah.
about?"
You know
All
what?
right, all right.
The fun fact is that my brother wanted to watch Project Hail Mary and asked if I wanted to watch it with him, and I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." This is before Leo, before you brought this up to us,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then all of a sudden he asked me, and I was like, "Wait a minute." My brother wanted me to watch it with him. And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, let's do this. So I read the book. Obviously, I was going to watch the movie anyway. And what makes this a crazy story is that my brother does not like sci-fi at all.
Really?
But he
I didn't
did
know
like
that.
Interstellar. He loved The Martian, which is also another creation from the from the same author of Project Hail Mary. He loved The Martian. He loves that solitude and that heroic
Space?
solitude kind of deal,
Mm.
which is what Dr. Grace essentially was. He was that
Definitely.
hero alone until he wasn't anymore with, of course, Rocky. But then Rocky, he's like, "You alone?" question. Oh, I was like, "Dang."
So your brother likes no anime that has to do with space.
Yeah.
Okay, so he likes sci-fi things.
Well, he says he's the one that doesn't like sci-fi.
But he watches anime that has to do with
No,
space.
he doesn't like. Well,
Oh.
I thought I thought you said if he doesn't like anime with space. I was like, yeah, he doesn't.
He doesn't. Okay. Okay.
He doesn't like mecha, like Gundam and stuff.
Okay. I don't think any nerd does not like sci-fi. I don't believe him.
Yeah, he wants to. Well, he's also like he's a different type of nerd. I don't know why he doesn't like sci-fi, but
No, it's okay. I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
yeah.
I want to go through the list of everything that has to do with space.
hey, man,
and
he's
say,
here.
Do you like that or not?
After we're done, you can.
How
pick
did
his
you
brain.
think about Thor?
Thor is the epitome of sci-fi. Like,
Exactly. Well, he's a superhero. That's probably what
No,
That's
dude,
probably what it was.
I hate him.
You
I
know?
love him as a god. I hate him as a space
A
alien
space
being.
pirate.
space pirate.
Yeah.
Space pirate, like Yondu?
Yeah.
Yondu, yeah. Technically, he was with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Galaxy, yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
So wait, I had a question for Leo.
Yeah.
Was it about
It was he was comparing
Interstellar and
no. The book from the movie
Oh,
I waited too long. Never mind. Pass.
okay.
Was
We'll
it
come
about
back
the
to it. If it
mathematics?
comes back, let us know.
No.
Was it about the science?
Oh, yes. Okay, so thank you. So in the book, everything's explained where you would understand why everyone's doing what they're doing and it makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay. And then in the movie, you said they kind of tone it down because most regular person is it's just going to go over their head.
Right.
Okay.
Well, also, I think in part is like in the book, right? When he's narrating it, I think he's just talking to himself, right, in his head, and so we get the opportunity of seeing that, like when you're
Okay.
thinking to yourself, oh, and then this math problem, blah 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 blah, right? But in the
Okay.
movie, sure, he could talk to himself and do the same thing, but I don't know if it'll translate the same way.
Got you. Okay.
So I'm guessing that's partially why, but also I think like it's just there's a lot of science stuff in it that some people might not find to be super interesting, and I think
Yeah.
in movie form you can show that instead of just explain it.
Okay. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Right.
That's what they did with the titanium melting.
Right.
They did it so briefly that I was
Right.
like, oh yeah, well there it is.
Right.
Yeah, I understood that they pump out a lot of force.
Yeah. That's exactly but no, in the book they had like this whole thing, and like they had levels of how much force, and then like there was like a whole thing where they have to travel through something, and I was just like, hold on. So there was a couple of parts, and most of the science parts in the book I had to go back, so I like just in case I missed something,
Okay.
because like I was also gaming, so like trying to remember where I'm at in the game and in the book at the same time. Sometimes it was hard when it came to the science.
You can
parts.
listen to an audiobook and do something else and still fully grasp the book.
It has to be games like Raft. It can't like Minecraft, something like that. Something that where I can go idle.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I
yeah.
can't do anything without if I'm reading a book or if I do something else, I'm not gonna like fully pay attention. So that's
Yeah.
I
pretty
usually
good.
listen to my audiobooks while driving.
Well, that I okay. I mean, that's
Is that okay?
I mean, yeah,
Like,
no,
that-
that's okay.
No, I mean,
Yes.
it's like,
I mean, it's-
would that be a way that you'd be able to like absorb
Yeah,
It's kind
the
of like a
information?
podcast. When you're listening
Yeah,
to a
no,
podcast,
I
you
agree.
can,
Right.
you know.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
sometimes
like-
you're not really paying attention to a podcast. You're kind of just like it's there, and then when the interesting parts hit you, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. And driving, most people are just in autopilot anyway. So
Yeah.
yes,
True.
I feel like
True.
if you're listening to the news, you can listen to an audiobook in the car. So yeah,
No, that's true. Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no difference to me on that.
Yeah.
I just can't be at home playing a video game and like listen to something. I am not listening to anything.
Oh,
I don't-
bro,
I
if
don't
you've
think
ever
I've
played
tried
Raft,
that.
you will know why. It's like driving. It's not a lot to it. Not a lot to it.
I mean, okay.
I mean, like because like majority of the first half of the book, I'm just building stuff from empty islands. Like it's just me, a shark, and a raft. That's all it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very simple, but I love the game. If you ever get it, we should play
Is it? You
It's
said it's
just
called
the
raft,
biggest
right?
size.
Raft. Yeah.
Do we make a raft and oars for the raft?
No. So we have a raft.
I'm confused.
No, the raft is there, but we use the wind to move.
Oh, so you built
And then
wait, if
and then
have
you
a
slowly
sail-
grow.
Wait. If
You
you have
don't-
a sail, it's no longer a raft. That is a boat.
Well, yeah, but you just don't start off with the sail. You have to learn how to make it.
Okay,
Like you
but
have
at any
to.
point, do you get
You
in
can
a
get
raft?
engines. Yeah, you get engines in the end.
So I can't row a boat.
You could, but like the row or the oar or the oar or whatever, it has durability, so you end up losing it. and have
Well,
to
yeah,
make
but I
more.
mean, I can still. But if you say raft, I'm thinking about someone in a little raft.
That's where you
canoe,
start. You start on a 2x2 raft.
and
Yeah.
canoe.
Oh, but you don't have a row. You going on wind and water current.
Oh, and I think
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Dude. Oh, what you get? Oh, you can't play this game. Ah.
It's false
Oh, man.
advertisement.
What do you mean?
You say raft, and I can't row a boat. I can't raft.
No. Well, you could, but I
Even
mean,
whitewater rafting, you have ours.
true. Very
So
true. Very
it's,
true.
It's false advertisement.
But I mean, like, it's not about rowing though. And then it would be called rowing.
No, they should call it something else other than
It's just
raft.
called raft. It's not rafting or anything like that. It's
No,
raft.
yes,
Yeah.
I get it.
It's a literal term.
Okay. What platform is this on? All.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I can
that
look it
good?
up on
Is
Google
that
Play
good?
right now.
Is that good? Mm-hmm. You should be able to.
Okay, I'm not going
Oh,
to.
man.
I'm just saying.
I can't.
Yeah, we had a
Randolph, I
sidebar
can't
about
wait to just
Raph.
put our us laughing the entire time over them just talking. 'Cause it was us just silent laughing for like 5 minutes here.
Oh, yeah, because you can't see.
And you guys can't even see us. We're dying over here
This
on
right
this
here?
side.
Yep.
Oh, this is too funny. I love it.
I don't
But
see,
it's the stuff that where like it's a game that
I don't
you're
see
driving.
a raft in any of these pictures. I see a
enjoy myself
boat.
for a little bit.
I see a boat.
Oh yeah, because he's played
Oh
a
my
little
gosh,
longer.
I'm dead.
But you actually start. You start more
Oh
like.
man.
Well, these are huge. You're just on a 2x2. It's
So-
not even showing you.
Raft. Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So that's how I was able to. Actually, I did 2 audiobooks with playing that game. I did Verity,
Nice.
and then I did the most recent.
I think
I was
they're coming
about to
out
start
with a
another one
movie
right
for that
after
one.
because I was just like, yo, I'm done with this one chapter of the game. I could keep going. I was like, I have this other audiobook that I'm ready to read. I forgot the title, but it's one of the titles that my buddy from my fantasy football league brought up. They're up, dude. I didn't even know, but I play fantasy football with a lot of authors. Like they have books and such. I should go probably read those because we homies and stuff. Only if they heard my songs, which the ones that aren't authors have not. I don't think. hey, it's got to be nah. But okay, so for the movie, there's another thing that they didn't do, or they didn't have to. It wouldn't make any difference if they did or not. But it's Dubois and Shapiro's character. So Dubois is funny. All right, he was supposed to be more monotonous in his talking, and he was like, Dr. Grace. He's like, hey, you don't have to call me Dr. Grace or whatever. And he's all like, oh, I was raised this way, but you can call me. I forgot his first name. You can call me so and so. He's like, all right, cool. And then he just breaks it down how
Martin.
him and Shapiro are hooking up, right? But in the movie, he says, oh, we got people hooking up, and it's both Shapiro and Dubois.
Wait,
And
I'm sorry. Who's Dubois?
Dubois is he was the other scientist that blew up.
Oh,
Martin
so
Dubois.
okay.
Martin, yeah, that's his name. Yeah, Martin Dubois.
Because
And
I only
Shapiro.
remember really the Asian guy and then the AT&T girl.
Oh, Yaoji, yeah.
The
Oh,
AT&T
that's who she is. Wait, no, that's
Yeah.
right. That's who she. Okay,
How,
I was
how
like,
would you not? I
who?
mean,
I was like, bro.
okay,
I didn't know
I
that.
was wondering where she was from.
That
This
was a
whole
good one.
thing, bro. Get right here.
She's
Right here.
gorgeous.
Right here.
She is gorgeous.
Yes, she
So
is.
I saw her. I was like,
She's
damn.
kawaii.
They killed her in like the first 5 minutes of the movie. I was like, what a waste. But then they had flashbacks, so then that was good.
Yeah.
The
She was
AT&T
there.
Girl.
She was, dude. I forgot she was in the AT&T commercials because I was like, oh snap! I almost went back to iPhone because that's where I had my AT&T bet. But
Okay, and then who was the other person you said that they were messing around with? The other name you said?
Shapiro. Shapiro's right
Shapiro,
there.
no, Shapiro is
right
the AT&T girl, right?
No.
Yeah, he was. That's the one that Dubois was messing with. Shapiro. She was the one on the plane,
Yeah.
or not plane, the Project Hail Mary.
Okay. Yeah, she didn't really get a lot in the movie.
No.
Like the 2 scientists that died, they were just kind of in the background
Yeah.
behind the pilot
Yeah.
and the
That's why I said it wouldn't make all that much of a difference if they were in the film. But Dubois was a funny character because of how open he was about his hooking up with Shapiro. Without just like, this is such a strange part in this film, and it's actually a part where that expresses that Riley Grace is a teacher because that's why they were all in the class, right? They were all in class and such. So like being able to see him work not only with middle school kids but also with doctors.
Okay.
I thought that was a really nice touch in the book. I didn't think it needed to be in the movie, which is fine. You know what I mean? But I do like that it was implied that he taught everybody and everybody respected Grace the way that they did.
True. For me, so like we're gonna get to probably one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite character, which is Rocky. I love Rocky. Rocky is the dopest character in this whole thing. I just like the way he spoke. But like if there was one thing that they didn't include, and it's not really a big deal, but I thought it was just an interesting concept, which they didn't include in the movie, but they did talk about in the book, is so we as human, we have 10 fingers, right? And so pretty much everything that we do calculations by are by tens, right? Almost everything that we talk about is in tens. And so when he first starts to interact with Rocky, and they're trying to like figure each other out because obviously they don't know
math.
each other's language or anything,
Yeah,
and they're trying to figure out math. Grace starts to realize it's like, wait, he's using threes and sixes for his base way of calculating things. Because I don't know if you noticed in the movie, but in the movie he only has 3 fingers on each of his hands, so he only has 6 fingers in total. And so their whole counting system is by sixes and not by fives or tens. Which I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Like if you think about it, it's like, yeah, I mean we do everything by tens. Except for our clocks, but that's because the Earth, how the Earth is turning and everything.
Isn't there a base 12 too, or am I tripping?
Base 12 is another form, but base 10 is usually the more used,
the primary
form.
one.
Universal.
Yeah,
Universal, yeah.
But there is a base 12, and a lot of people will argue that base 12 is a more accurate way to use things. But I'm not a scientist nor a mathematician, so you can talk to a mathematician on that one. But I have heard people argue that base 12 is a better way of doing things. But so in the book, I thought that was really interesting that they did. It's such a small and silly detail, but this whole like evolution of these alien creature, the way they count things is in threes or in sixes, and I'm just like, actually, it makes a lot of sense. That it's such a great detail. Yeah, and then obviously Rocky is like a million times smarter than Grace. Rocky figured out how to speak English way before Grace was ever able to understand what was his language?
Iridian,
right?
I think that was because of sound, right? Because that's how I think he had. Yeah, I think he had like an advantage on how to learn English.
Rocky can't see like the same way we do.
Yeah, which is what
eyes.
It's.
So his senses are a little heightened.
That was He was like a big daredevil or a short one. But
okay.
Yeah, no, Rocky was I really love the interaction between Rocky and Grace in the beginning, like you were saying. He fist my bump. Yeah, dude, he's no.
Nope, that's not how you say that.
Dude, and Ryan Gosling's timing is perfect. Is the timing to the jokes, everything, even Rocky's, great. And so the talking about the math parts, I loved it every time Grace figured it out.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the big things that I loved about the book that I didn't mind that wasn't in the film, because I mean it was definitely implied there. I was like, there's way too much to go through if they were going to have to actually go through that process. However, if you guys ever wanted to read the part of the book, it would be the initial meeting of Rocky and Grace.
Well, they showed Ryan figuring out that he was saying hi.
Yeah.
And like where he was in the solar system.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, those are two incidents that they showed.
It was great, right?
Yeah, that he that he understood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, that's what he's talking about. He's like, okay.
Being able to see them actually interact in real time, it almost felt like I was like getting to live a dream. You know what I mean? Because I was like, essentially when I'm
what's your dream?
No,
I don't know.
A dream, not my dream, like a dream. So like, because like when I was reading the book, it was audiobook, so I'm putting like thoughts in my head, being able to see it. I'm like, oh wow, it's like this is what
so
it looks
you get
like.
the visualization of
yeah,
got you.
It really felt like wow.
Which the argument can be made that's why so many movies kind of fail to portray a book properly, because our imagination is so vivid a lot of times that movies sometimes you're just like, wow, that did not live up to what I imagined it to be. Right?
100%.
And I honestly, personally, I think that Project Hail Mary, the movie, did a phenomenal job of like, I sat there going, yeah, no, like the only so I think, wait, let me just make sure this is who I think it is. So it is. The only thing that I kept in my mind every time I pictured Rocky, so I just imagined Geodude, but with more legs and not floating in the air.
So Geodude with a big fist and legs.
Yeah. Like
so
like four more legs, and not floating in the air, obviously, but like actually
funny.
like walking.
So he's like,
that's how I always imagined
then,
Rocky,
right?
Huh?
Yes,
Geodude's above form,
but not as big
with
and
one
round.
extra hand. For me, when I was picturing Rocky, I was spoiled on my TikTok because they were doing a promo for the movie, and then it had it on the ground, And I was like, no, oh man. I was like, what?
Well, they showed him in the trailers, not the
I was
initial
kinda-
trailer.
I never watched
Yeah.
the trailer.
Oh, but once the movie released, they showed Rocky.
Yeah,
in
they
the
showed
trailer.
Rocky.
Which in my
Yeah.
opinion, I think they shouldn't have. Like personally,
Yeah.
whenever they showed Rocky in the trailer, I was like, wait, why would you show such an important part of the
The
film?
discovery. Yeah.
It's a selling point for kids.
I mean, I guess we can argue that.
I mean, they could have done it
I
with the
guess we could argue
Petrova
that.
line and Astrophage being life. You know what I mean?
Like as if kids know what those are already.
Right.
Well, no, you just blow them up 3D. You know
This
what I'm
movie's
saying?
going to make
Just blow 'em
so
up
much
3D.
money because
I think
they're going to
much
merchandise
money
the hell out of
did-
Rocky.
I doubt this was towards children anyway, but
No,
it's
I
good-
don't think
it's
it
a good
was.
way- it's a
But
good
I
way
think
to do it.
showing the alien and showing that he's a cute little rock.
Yeah.
I think kids are going to go see it. I think it's a great movie for kids anyway. At least
Yeah, same.
like 10 to 15. I think that it's hopeful enough, and it's just a feel good movie.
Yeah.
That I think parents would take their kids, and I just think the Rocky is just for young kids, just to be like, oh, it's a little rock
Yeah.
moving around. I think they're gonna eat it up. So
Yeah.
I think it was
Mhm.
purposely shown. What are you?
This movie made
That's the
The dance.
the
Oh.
little dance. Yeah.
So
This
one of the
movie
things
made
that I
$141
sorry.
million globally.
Nice.
Opening weekend.
Yeah, that
Wow.
was 2 weeks ago too.
Yeah.
Oh, my
So far,
goodness.
it's made $300.8 million as of
Yeah.
April 2nd.
nice.
Wow.
What were you saying, Randolph?
Yeah, so one of the things I wanted to talk about also, and we can dig into the book in this one as well. One of the best parts about this film is that for me, it kind of touched like every kind of emotion. Like some points made me angry, some parts made me sad, of course. Some parts made me like, excited, happy. It just felt like a whole spectrum of emotion throughout this whole movie. Do you feel like this movie portrayed that, or do you feel like the film portrayed those emotions the same way that they have written it in the book, or do you feel like it was kind of visualized differently than in the book?
Before you answer that, what made you angry? I'm just curious. No,
Made me angry?
Randolph.
I think it was just the fact that like one of the parts was one angry part was when the scientist blew up. Like, okay, that's a huge unfortunate event and mishap,
Okay.
and not angry in a sense to where like, oh man, this sucks. I guess it's kind of like that, but it's more of like, if you think about the whole reason why they're going up there, it's because the sun is kind of disintegrating. I guess it's not more like an angry kind of emotion. It's more like a concerned feeling, because I'm pretty sure like a lot of people think about the sun. Like we've been around for like for a long time already, and the sun's like huge. It's a star, and a lot of stars die, and the stars are, like the sun can just vanish in an instant. And kind of like what they said in the movie, it's like once the sun goes once it starts going away, the temperatures start to get all crazy, and
Ice
things
Age.
starts happening. Like yeah, exactly. And yeah, I think that's the only part that made me angry. Was
Okay.
the part that,
No, I was just curious.
Yeah.
I was just curious. Okay. All right. Tell us now you can answer his initial question.
Oh, so you should talking about the emotions, right? So I thought actually everything was kind of spot on. Like if we're going to talk about, like, let's talk about Rocky, for instance, when he explained to Grace like that he had a mate. In the book, I don't remember him showing the same amount of emotion that he did in the film, explaining her name. He was like like really high pitch for a long time, and Ryan Gosling made it even better because he's like, oh. All right. And what was funny is because I knew what Grace was going to name him, and so I waited to for him to give the mate's name in English. And I looked at my brother, and my brother's like, and I was just like, yeah, see, that's the expression I expected. Because for me, I was like, that's good. I was like, Adrian. It actually took me a while when I was listening to it. Adrian, I was like, Adrian, that's funny because Rocky.
Wow.
It was before your time.
Yeah, because
He's just over here
I
thinking
watched it.
Bullwinkle.
I was thinking exactly like Rocky Balboa. That and it was funny because I was on Balboa Island in the game. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Are we talking about
All
Raph
these
again?
connections.
Well, that's what I was listening to it. That's where I was when I was listening to it. Was it in Balboa? But that's why I thought it was funny with Adrian. I was like, that's perfect. But with the emotions that Rocky gave, I thought that was really good. It really did showcase actually like a humanitarian side to his, I guess, or aridity. You know what I mean? Like, he cares for his people, which is another thing too. So they were like found family, Grace and Rocky. And they did the same. Oh man, I was like, they're doing the same thing in the book. I loved every minute of it. The part where Rocky grabbed Grace back into the ship, into the open oxygen, even though it burns his skin, and then he puts, and then obviously he tries to preserve himself and goes into a little in a little corner. What they didn't do in the movie that they did do in the book was Grace instantly said he died. In the movie, he didn't say that, which I thought was a better way to do it, because I was just like, oh my gosh, like because they didn't explain. There's a certain thing that they didn't explain that was funnier in the book than it was in the movie, like how Rocky ate, where Rocky said it was beautiful, but in readings in the movie, it was actually a very a private thing to do. So it was really funny to show that. It's like, what are you talking about? It's the most beautiful thing ever. And I was just like, okay, that's cool. That's a cool emotion to show, on something that the book version of you did not like. And so like, just to see like the alien side of showing that humanitarianism side, trying to save Grace, and Grace also knowing that something happened, because evolution doesn't go the way that you want it. It just does. And then he's like, no, I got to go find my boy Rocky real quick. And he does. I thought that was beautiful. I would have teared up if I didn't know that was going to happen. That was great. Great.
Yeah, no. I think I agree a lot with what is said, obviously, because we both read the books. I think Rocky is kind of the opposite of who Grace is in a lot of ways. I think the movie kind of fails at showing it just a little bit. Because in the movie, right, every time we have a flashback back to Earth, that's supposed to be Grace remembering stuff, like his memories coming back. That's what those moments are, right? It doesn't really. I don't think it does a good job of portray, like kind of telling you that's what's happening every time it flashes back. It looks more like it's trying to feel the audience in what's happening on Earth or what happened on Earth to get to this point. But in reality, it's Grace remembering these moments and going, oh. So here's Grace, right? Who knows how long he's been in space now? I can't remember, right? Like trying to figure this out already, blah, 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 blah. And then he gets the memory. And so he thinks he's on the spaceship for real. Oh yeah, I'm the scientist who's here to save the world, right? But then he gets the memory of what's her face?
Strat.
What's her name? Yeah, Strat forcing him onto the ship that he didn't want to go on the ship, and he finds out that in reality he's a coward, right? He's like, nah, I'm all right. Like we could totally train somebody else to do this, and they're like, no, you're the only person who can, and he's like, well, I'd rather the Earth kind of like die then, because I'm not going up there, right? Like this is not happening, and they force him. And in the book, he once he comes to realize that he's kind of like a coward and he wasn't here because he wanted to be, or like he's a hero, it really shakes him up. He's like, oh man, I'm like the worst person ever. Why am I here? Like he doesn't have a good time. The movie doesn't really do a good job of that. Like you see a little moment of him like kind of like collapsing and everything, but that was it. That was like the whole purpose of his, right?
Right.
And you're kind of like, oh, that's kind of disappointing because and the reason is, in the book, it shows that he has a real big conflict with what he thought he was and what he really was, right? He thought he was a hero, but he was actually a coward. Rocky is the complete opposite, right? Rocky chose to go on this voyage to find out what's happening to their son, right? Or their star. On top of that, there is that moment where the ship it starts to spin out because the astrophage is coming out the side, so they have to eject. And Grace is like knocked out, and so Rocky comes out of his chamber, which oxygen is poisonous to him, right? He comes out, saves Grace, and practically almost kills himself. in the book it describes that he starts to spew out tar, like all this black substance instead of just smoke, but it was like thick tar like substance was coming out of him, right? And he was barely like alive. He was like kind of immobilized, and Grace comes to and realizes that here's Rocky passed out. He's like, what the heck is going on? And he's freaking out, right? But so Rocky sacrificed his life over his own world to save his friend, right? And so later on, once they figure out that there's the what was it, some kind of like amoeba or something that eats astrophage, right? Tomoeba. And so they started developing it, but in the process of developing it, those amoebas or bacteria, whatever it was, also evolved to be able to escape the solid form of
Xenonite.
Zion.
Yeah.
Was it Zion, right?
Xenonite,
right? Yeah. But I think it was made out of Zion. Solid Zion, right? But Xenonite, and it was coming out of it, and so they come to realize, Grace realizes, oh shoot, I just let Rocky leave on an entire ship made of Xenonite with these new bacteria that are going to eat away at the astrophage that's on his ship, right? So he's going to be stranded again. So now here is Grace with the conflict. Do I save myself and head back home, or do I save my friend and sacrifice myself knowing that I will never be able to go home? And I think that contrast of what he did the first time, which was fail to save the world, right? Sacrifice himself for the world. It has such a more powerful impact in the book because he then chooses, no, I need to go save my friend. I will sacrifice myself knowing I'll never be able to go home. I will sacrifice myself. And being that, my friend just sacrificed himself for me, I will go and save him and get him back home, right? And now I'll never see my home again. So I think that was like probably my only like real gripe. But like all those moments, like when Rocky, you should have seen me in the car when Rocky comes out and tries to save Grace. I'm like, Rocky, no, please don't die, Rocky, please. I was freaking out, and then he's like just like paralyzed on the ground, and he's not like
Dude, I thought
not
he died.
reacting to anything, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if Rocky died, this is the worst book of all time. I'm gonna be so pissed. And then I'm like, what's gonna happen to the rest of the what are they called? I keep forgetting
Iridians?
what
The
they're called.
Iridians?
The Iridians. Like, what's gonna happen to the rest of the Iridians? They're all gonna die. Dang it! What's gonna? I was so mad, bro. I was so mad. And then when he came back to life, I was like, tears of joy was coming down my face, But I agree with this book had all the emotions through it. Like you were terrified for what was happening to Rocky, and then sad that Grace wasn't going to be able to get back home. Happy that Rocky lived. I mean, the jokes in it were hilarious, even though they're just like simple things, but it's just I think it's that like lack of communication or sentence structure that just made like fist my bump, right? There's no difference between that and fist bump. Or or the thumbs down, which means thumbs up. Like those are such silly things, but they do such a good job of like just making you laugh through it,
Yeah. Or even Rocky's, you are the bravest human I know.
Yeah.
I make a joke because you're the only human I know. Oh, and another thing so what I loved that the movie did that the book didn't do, they showed the video logs to Strat. I don't remember reading. They showed the video logs to, the brief part, the video logs that Grace sent to Earth.
Oh yeah.
Through the Beatles.
Right. I think in the book, I think the only thing that tells you that the Earth survived was because they were able to take from. So in the end, so that right, for the people who haven't watched it, in the end, Grace saves Rocky, but he doesn't have enough fuel to get back home. But they have enough fuel to get to. Aridia? Is that
Arid? Arid? Yeah, it's Arid. Yeah,
I think it's Arid.
Arid,
right.
yeah.
Right. And so Grace just lives on Arid now and in this huge bubble, right? Which in my head, when I was reading the book, I thought the bubble was much smaller than that. But it's actually in the movie. I'm so happy they kind of made it ginormous. Like he's got this beachside property going on here.
Yes, he does.
He ain't missing out on nothing.
No, he is not.
So but if I remember in the book, I think they like kind of gave him information that it looks like the dimming of the sun on Earth had stopped, right?
Okay.
And that was their way of saying that the Earth was saved, right? Because the sun had stopped getting less and less intense.
Yeah.
But in the movie, yeah, they kind of do a little flash forward or moved to the Earth to do a little. Oh, they got the information.
Well, I'm glad they did that because I would have been mad if they didn't tell us.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm glad they showed the girl or the lady with this little figurine and the sun shining. So
yeah,
good.
I like that Rocky was in the video with him in that, and I was just like, yes. I was like, if anything, like his students, if who are still alive, could see that too if they ever showed it to the public, because that's groundbreaking. You know what I mean? Like, and in the book, they didn't show that she saw it. Okay. In the book, it explains he's like, when I go back, I'm going to tell he's going to kick the information in her face, something like that. He kind of like does a very, I'm not going to hit her kind of thing, but he's just going to be like, yeah, what,
Oh, okay.
And then, but instead he did exactly what the person in the book wanted to say, which is, you were right. Like, it was probably best you sent me out here. Is basically what he was saying. And that dude, Leo, for me watching that part, I knew the movie was going to do that. I was like, the movie is probably going to have the Strat reacting to the video logs. I was just like, it doesn't make sense not to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
no, I'm glad that they did it. I agree.
Yeah. What about the movie for you? Like, was there anything were you curious about anything else that might have happened in the book versus the movie? And like, what is your?
I think not curious. So it's going to sound morbid, but hate's a strong word. I didn't like the 2 fake out deaths for Rocky.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like they did it once. They didn't need to do it again. And
messing with your feelings.
Yeah, like, okay, you didn't kill him the first time. Okay, great, he's alive. He's like, oh dang, he's gonna die. And then it kind of went to black, and I was like, is this the end of the movie? Are they doing a part 2? And then of course they showed them on. It's like, oh, okay, so he did save them, but it's kind of like the implication that it's like, oh, he's gonna die. And I agree that was Grace's hero moment.
Yeah,
for him. But everything else I loved. I 2.5 hours is long for a movie, and some of the openings where he's getting his bearings, he's trying the vodka, he's just like doing mundane stuff. I felt like that could have been tightened up. Other than that, everything else I felt like was important. And they could have shaved down some of it to make it a little less. But as long as the way you guys are talking about the book, there's no way they would have fit it all anyway. So I feel like 2 hours was good
Perfect.
enough for them for how long the book was.
That's funny you brought up the food part, because he doesn't eat that ramen and mustard first. He eats like this space like goop.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, there was
So
like
the
more
robot-
food. There's more
the
of that.
robot is
Yeah.
forcing him food. He's like,
Armando.
Armando,
yeah,
dude.
Armando is like
Armando.
forcing
That's the
him to eat
funniest
certain
name.
foods at first.
It's the little
Armando.
subtle stuff the little jokes that I appreciated.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, no. You're right though. Like there
you
was
actually make a good point, Jarrell, because I think in the
We said the same
book.
thing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What happened?
We both said, we agree with you.
Oh.
Like we said exactly.
Oh, see,
At
I
the
just
same
heard
time.
it. I heard it all in together. I was like, okay. So like one person.
I didn't even hear.
sorry,
We
go
must have, we were in sync when we said it. No, but if I remember well, in the book, and Iz can correct me because he just read it, right? In the book, whenever Grace goes, when he realizes, like, oh shoot, the bacteria is going to eat the astrophage, he goes to the ship, and automatically, like, Rocky shows up, and he's like, oh, Grace came back. He's like telling him, he was excited to see him. It wasn't like a suspenseful, oh no, is there something wrong on the ship kind of situation.
Okay.
It just quickly, Rocky's like, hey, thank you for coming back. Or actually, I think he's confused at first. He's like, what's like something was happening with my fuel. I don't know what was going on. And then he's explained it to him. The freaking bacteria or the amoeba or whatever it is eating away at your stuff. He's like, oh, okay. And then they fly to his home. No,
they
they
didn't show
didn't.
any of that. That would have been. I know he explained it like, oh well, if he doesn't, like, he's not going to make it. I get they explained it, but it would have been nice for him to explain it. I feel like they should have just explained it to Rocky and us at the same time. And I know
that
it would
would've
have been
good.
like the movie would have been even longer.
Yeah, 3 hours for me minimum.
Just for him to do that. But I'm glad he went back. I know there's one part in the book at the end because people were talking about it online. So I don't know if you want to talk about it or not. But
Yeah,
it's
go
like
ahead.
how
Let's do it.
So they said they are so like okay. So one off, they're so smart. They're way smarter than humans.
Uh-huh.
And the fact that we only sent 3 people to space and they sent like I think
24.
yeah, like
Yeah.
who sends 3 people just to go see what's going on and not that I'm sorry, that's the one thing I didn't like is there should have been way more people on that ship.
Oh, I know why. They didn't explain the lifespan of an Iridian, did they? In the movie?
No, not in the movie.
In the movie, their average lifespan is 600 years.
Yeah,
No,
That's why they were able to send so
that.
many.
They did
but I mean,
mention that.
but why
Oh, they
you could
did?
have sent 10 humans, 3 humans for the
Dude,
hail
10 humans to want to die? Remember, the Iridians were going to go back.
No, I understand that. I understand it was a one-way trip, but I feel like if I'm sending
Like
people
a
out
crew
here
of like 10 or more, right?
yeah.
I think there would have been a lot of people.
I
You
think-
sleep for
think-
2 years. You go to bed for 2 years. You wake up. I just feel like three people.
Stagger it out.
If the world's in peril, I'm sending as many people. And I know she had like a whole bunch of contingencies. The lady did,
Yeah.
but sending 3 people on the ship just to figure out what is happening is just amazing to me. Y'all would have been. Everyone would have been sleeping on top of each other. Everything would have been packed sardines.
Yeah.
More people than merrier trying to figure out what happened.
And they had to. Oh yeah, that's right. They were also on a time. They were on a time constraint too. They needed to get out.
Yeah, there's like
fast.
a window.
Yeah, they had a small window.
Okay, so I will be devil's advocate on the reason why. And,
Okay,
and we'll see.
explain
We'll
it.
see if it's.
Oh man,
if
I saw
it's-
this coming.
No,
we'll see if you
if
agree.
it makes sense, then I'll be like, okay, I understand that. But they didn't explain
I
why.
mean, I
it's only
understand what
3.
you're saying. I completely understand what you're saying, and yes, for the sake of whatever you say that, how do you contingencies?
Contingency.
What?
Yeah.
Like backups. What do you call it? What do you call a backup plan?
Contingencies.
Thank you.
Contingency.
That word. That's the word I'm trying to say. Right? But
yeah.
so for the sake of that, sure, you could have said more people, but here's the issue. This is like modern day Earth, right? This is not
Right.
like the future Earth.
Got you.
I don't think, first of all, to fit more people on the ship means that spaceship has to be bigger.
I
A
agree.
bigger spaceship means more material, which
I
also
agree.
means more astrophages needs to be on that ship in order to shoot it up into space.
Yep, I agree
So
with all
the
that.
argument could be made that they wouldn't have enough time
And food.
and enough material, like time to make and fuel that ship for more than 3 people.
Okay.
I think
could
that was
be
a
my
golden rule.
I can see that as an argument. And the other thing is, to add to it, man, why do I keep forgetting their names? The Iridians.
Ooh, which name? Oh,
The Iridians. Yeah, they're just a more advanced species in the sense that they were able to make this ginormous ship. And
Right.
they make stuff so fast. Like the speed at which they made that tube go from their ship to Grace's ship was like within like maybe let's say an hour at most. Right. Like it didn't take so long. So imagine that whole ship probably doesn't like, let's say a week it takes them. While it's taking Earth like 6 months just to make the spaceship on its own. Right. And then it takes that same amount of time for the amount of astrophage they needed for fuel. So the bigger the ship, the more fuel you need. And the more oxygen for all those people, the more food you need for all those people. So that's extra weight being added on top of that. So they have to. That's my argument. That's what I would argue why.
I agree with all that. If you can make that ship in 6 months, they could. I mean, just everything they did, they could have done it double, and I feel like I would have been just because I was just mad that 3 people go to space, and right before the movie even starts, 2 of them are already dead. So to me,
Something
having
made
1 or
him
2 more
mad.
people would have made just a little bit more sense. I don't know. I do agree. All the time constraints, the funds, the materials, all that it makes sense. I mean, the people are going to moon now. It's like billions of dollars, and they're just going around the moon. I know that's why we're not putting people on the moon because it's a lot of money, it's a lot of resources. I understand all that, but if this is the end of the world, I want as many people. You could put 2 more people on that ship, and it'd be okay. And the astrophage or whatever they're called, they multiply just give them some more Barry White and let them go to town.
You couldn't. It needed to be hot. It needed to be hot. That's the only reason why they couldn't make it.
I will make one more argument against it.
Okay.
If one other person survived on that ship with Grace, then it wouldn't have been the Grace and Rocky show. It would have been Grace, Rocky, and whoever the heck else.
Yeah.
Grace, Rocky, and Bullwinkle.
Yes.
It would have been amazing.
They could have
in
died
Grace.
at some other point. I'm okay with people. I appreciate care. I hate when no one dies in movies and there's no there's no
Suffering?
Yes. There's just no consequences. Everyone dies, everyone stays alive. So I'm okay with someone dying later on, or like in the ship really didn't even get distressed except for that one time something fell off. Like the ship was like immaculate the whole time. You're in space and nothing happens to the ship. It's just like an energy bubble or plot armor that just that's all. That's all. It was just like, okay, I'm king of the world. I'm sending as many people, or send 2 ships, 3 ships. And if you build this one ship and then another 6 months, I send another ship. Like just more people. That's all.
Yeah. I think, yeah. I mean, what you're saying.
Wait. No, they wouldn't be able to do that part. They would have to send them, if they would send multiple ships, they would have to send them all at the same time. The reason for that was the distance of the Earth to where that planet was, to where that star was. Right. Telseti. Yeah. The moment where they were going to take off was the closest distance between them, and that's why that was the window they had. That's why they were forcing Grace. It's like we don't have time to
11
teach
years
anyone else, because that window would leave us, and we would be further away from Telseti, which would make it even a more risky. Like we would then need more astrophage to get us there, right? So that's why if they would send multiple ships, they would all have to be sent at the same time, right, or within the same like.
They were like, Earth was like 11 to 13 years away, light years away.
Right.
And Iridia was like 11 or something. Or no, 9 light years away from Telseti. And if I remember correctly, Erid to Earth was like 16 light years away from each other. So I thought when they gave the numbers in the book, I don't know if, I'm pretty sure they gave it in the movie. I'm just not entirely sure. But yeah, no, like a lot of the timing of and relativity and stuff, all that stuff played a big part into why that many people showed up. Because I was just like, well, only 3 in the book. You know? I was like, well, only 3, and then
so it was only 3 in the book as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before
one more thing. I'm sorry. One more thing. I want to go back. Sorry.
Ahead.
The ending. This is the reason why I know they made it PG-13 for kids, because what I heard was they were cloning what's his face, and they're making him eat himself.
Yeah, me burgers.
And they would have never see if they definitely wanted this for kids and younger. They would not have put that in. If they put that in, it would have been rated R immediately. Like there's no way they would have put that in and then not be for kids.
Yeah,
and
he had to eat himself.
Yeah, to survive, because he couldn't eat any of their food and everything. So that was, to me,
Right,
when people were talking about that, I was like, wow, that's crazy.
I was gonna bring that up too, the meat burgers, but
I totally forgot about the meat burgers.
He's like, I love those things. That's what he said.
Tastes pretty good, apparently.
He's like, oh, this tastes really good. He's like, man, I have one a day.
That's what he said in the book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See,
oh my god.
Yeah. Kids have been like, what?
I know.
They definitely know their audience.
And the fact that he didn't need his laptop to talk to Rocky was dope. Remember when they were on the beach?
No. Once he was on the planet, he didn't have. He already knew how to speak Iridian.
Yeah.
Oh,
in the book as well.
Iridian.
No, in the book as well.
Right.
He was fluent in Iridian already.
I thought he was already there for a year or so. I forgot how long he was already on Arid. But yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
He was already fluent.
He wasn't able to speak. I don't think he spoke it, but he definitely understood Iridian like the same way that they understood English.
In the movie, he did have his laptop in the class, probably because of the young kids, probably use slang, like, maybe. They're like, oh, he's like, watch your harmonies there, son. Watch your harmonies, all right? Vocal intonation, lower.
Okay.
Nah.
Good one.
All right, go ahead, Randolph. What are you going to say?
All right, before we go into the final verdict and giving our last impressions of the movie or the book, I want to throw in a little fun little segment for sorry, Jarrell, but it's going to go for the book readers as well. For Iz and Leo here, you're going to tell me who like I'm gonna say a statement. And you're gonna tell me if you prefer the book or the movie, basically.
Oh, okay.
And then you don't have to say why. Just say it.
Jarrell
So
can join too.
yeah,
He's just gonna say movie every time.
yeah.
I'll say book. I mean, I don't know any. Are there any movies that are better than the books that anyone has ever seen?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, interesting.
Or as good. And I would say Lord of the Ring movies are as good, if not a little bit better, than the books.
Is it because of the sequences that you can actually visually see, or?
I mean, I liked it. Liv Tyler was a elf in there.
I think the first movie did a better job than the first book, because the first book, like the first half of the first book, was just like them walking through the forest singing folk songs the entire time. And I'm like, is this it? Is this all we're gonna really? You know, and they cut all of that out, and I'm so happy that they did.
Wasn't Tom Bombadil in the first book?
Okay, that was the only part that I was disappointed they didn't add in the movie, because Tom Bombadil is actually the sickest character. Okay, he grabs the ring and goes, "Oh, that's nice," and gives it back. He has no temptation for the ring whatsoever. I'm like, yo, this is not the guy you want to mess with. Sauron needs to watch himself.
Most OP person ever.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Lord of the Rings. Okay.
All right. So the first one here it's gonna be for Leon. Is who had the best opening? And was it the book or the movie? What do you think?
Oh, dude, for me, the movie.
Oh yeah, because they didn't talk about
talk about the urethra pulling. Oh,
Yeah.
oh
What about
my
you,
gosh.
Leo's thinking about it.
The book.
The book. Okay. All right.
I appreciated the goriness to it.
Oh man. I guess the second one can go for all three of you guys. Best character.
I like Grace, but hold on.
Good too.
Grace was great in the movie.
Mhm.
Strat was my favorite in the book.
Okay. There we go.
I kind of like them equally for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Strat and Grace, or
No, Grace and Rocky.
Grace and Rocky. Okay.
Like Rocky was, he was clearly smarter. Like I feel like the movie portrayed him as like a sidekick, but I did not see him as a sidekick.
Eagle.
But like Grace is just all his dialogue, the comedy, his tone, like all that I love. So it's between both. I mean, I can't go, but I did like the security guy, like the little scenes.
Carl.
Yeah, the little scenes that he was in. I felt like he stole the show the whole time.
Yeah.
So I
true.
can't really like one better than the other.
I was glad he wasn't the one that pinned down Grace either. He was just like, "You do fine." I was like, I don't know why I'm not mad at you.
No,
but
You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
He's like, I like you, but
Do what
like
you
this is
do.
my job. You gotta go save me.
he's like, "Save us."
You gotta go save me.
Yeah. And when he was explaining the whole box to Carl was like, "Yeah, I get it." He's like, "Let's do it."
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, all the Home Depot, like I loved all that.
Yeah. That was
Oh,
I missed that
yeah,
part.
yeah.
I went to go get soda at the movie theater.
That was the best
when that
part.
part came up. Dang it.
Leo, that was like the
was
first half
fun.
hour of the movie.
I read it in the book. I get it. but
Yeah.
But
You gotta go to the bathroom
I just got
already?
back when he's like, "We just made a baby. We had a baby.
We had a baby.
That's the part I came back on.
Leo, I
no,
need
you
you
know
to
what?
come. I need you to come early and go to the bathroom before the movie starts.
No. I drank all of the soda and then I wanted some more, so I went to get a refill.
okay.
That's what happened. I'm like, dang it, I shouldn't have drank it yet.
Okay.
No, you know what? I agree with Jarrell. I think I mean I loved Rocky's just the cutest character. He just the way he talks and everything. But I think Rocky without the banter of Grace, like their banter, I think it would just fall short. I think it's their banter that made their characters good. Right?
I agree.
They're back and forth. I have to agree with what Jarrell said there.
All right. Next question.
All right. Best emotional moment. I guess this could be for you too, Jarrell.
Rocky saving Grace,
Oh yeah, that was really nice.
especially in the book.
So the book was. Do you feel like the book was better? When
Oh yeah. Like the way it's described, it's just like you can feel the agony that Rocky's going through as he's like just trying to save Grace.
Sheesh. What about you is?
For me, it would have been in the book where Strat is telling Grace that she majored in history. she was basically trying to persuade Grace here, and she's saying that if you don't go out there, what do you think will happen in the 30 years? Because like Grace says, like, I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna teach the kids here because I'll do better, I'll teach, the next couple generations here. And she's like, oh, shut up. She's like, what are you talking about? She's like, they're gonna die. They're all gonna die. What? She's like, you're gonna tell me that you're gonna stay here for 100 children that are gonna be adults for them to die. You know what I mean? While you can go up there and save everybody. You know what I mean? And then that's where he starts getting more emotional. He's like, and then I die? And then that's where she busts out history. All the wars that that I've read throughout history is always about food this, food that. She's all like, do you think if you don't go up there and she's like, you are our best shot. If you don't go up there, this is what's going to happen in 30 years. Half of the earth will be gone. Do you think other countries aren't going to try to take over each other for food? They're going to. They're not going to ration everything. You know what I mean? Like, it was more like, this is what's going to happen. This is our reality. It's going to happen because we're still doing that today. And I was just like, ooh, because it's in the book, and they didn't do it in the movie, which I was a little sad about. She gives that whole. She makes so much sense logically, but he becomes, he's a coward, so he cowered it out, and then that's where the whole, the thing where he's all, running away, and that's where he says, "You can't do this to me," and then boom, goes back to the ship, and that's where he then in the narrative it goes, "Oh, now I remember." And I was like, oh, that's so good. I was like, that's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. I love that part in the book because she was able to have a heart-to-heart with him. That was the emotional part that I liked in the book. They did do a good job with Strat singing in the karaoke room because it just showed them that she's on their team. Which, like, cinematically, that was wonderful. But, like, that one-on-one with Grace, who is our main character, and Exaraki, like, that was definitely for me it was the better emotional part.
For me, it's the last scene because I didn't expect them to show him in his bubble on the beach.
Oh yeah,
and then when him and Rocky are just walking and talking, and he's like, hey, we fixed your ship, you can go back, but if you want to think about it, just take all the time you need. Like, that camaraderie, and then him showing like, oh, he's teaching again, like that to me was the best part. Because everything for Grace, he went back to what he loved, was teaching, and he got his hero moment. So I feel like he had a whole range of, I don't want to be here, why am I here? And it's like, okay, well, now I'm going to start doing my science stuff, and then tragedy happens and he gets to save his friend. And you rarely see alien movies where the alien and the humans are actually like friends. There's always some kind of
conflict.
Yes, conflict. Thank you. So this one is just a buddy movie. And that last part, that for me, that was the best part.
That's interesting because in the book, when I read the book, that was my least favorite part, was the ending. Because there was that.
That's awesome. I want to know why.
I think the way you just explained it kind of changed my view of it, right? Because I never saw it that way, right? I just always wanted him to go back to Earth, right? And same. But in the book, I don't think they tell him that he could go home. He already decided, I'm staying here. Like he doesn't want to go back home.
So he's happy in the book.
Yeah. That, like, he's happy where he's at.
Okay.
And I was just kind of like, well, why did you choose that? Like, you should have gone home. Like, I think it's because I kind of wanted him to go home and kind of get that hero moment. Like everybody would obviously like just cheer him on for what he just saved the whole world, right?
I see what you're saying.
And so he could redeem himself from the cowardness that he was when they forced him on the ship. But I guess, the way you just explained it, he's here with his best friend. He didn't have a friend at home. He just was a teacher all the time.
Yeah.
Right. He's with his best friend. He's teaching again. He's kind of like, he doesn't need to show anything to anybody. Yeah. Great. The Earth is saved, but I'm here now and I'm happy.
But he's getting his hero moment on that planet.
Right.
That's
true.
Right.
Yeah. You're right. And I never saw it that way. So I I love that point of view you just made, because when I remember reading the book and I'm like, I hated that ending.
Dang.
I was not happy with that ending.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't like it either.
Fuck that ending.
Yeah, because he was
for real, bro.
and
real.
I didn't realize, but he was like 50 something in the on Arid. He was like 50 something, but because relativity, like he was only like what, maybe like 5 years older.
Wait. So, in the book, roughly how old was he when all the stuff went down, and then how much time had passed when they showed him on the planet?
Okay, so he was like in his mid 30s, maybe like 34. I want to say, and then it took about 6 months to build the project Hail Mary. Don't think he had a birthday, so it took 11 years to get to Tau Ceti. I want to say 11 to 13.
That's how long he was in a coma. Okay,
that's crazy.
And then to get from Tau Ceti to Arid, I want to say 9 to 11 years. Yeah. So we'll just use 9. So about 20 years had passed. So it was 454.
And then how did they say how long he had been on the Rocky's planet before like the end?
Yeah, they said I want to say somewhere between a year to a year and a half.
Oh, not okay.
Yeah, and they they had the light thing that turns on and off on a 24-hour system. Like he said that was crucial for them. Well, in the book they did, but he didn't say that in the movie. I was assuming it was implied.
Okay,
but yeah, no.
So he's old.
He's old, yeah, but like obviously because of the law of relativity, he doesn't look that. So when he does go back to Earth, he'll probably have been like, maybe he'll still look like he's in his late 30s. As soon as he lands.
20 years later, though, right?
Yeah, 20 years later. Everybody else though has definitely gotten older. I was assuming Strat was gonna have like a whole like old lady bun, but she didn't. She just had gray long hair.
Well, you have to also think. I mean, in the movie they showed her having everything. Oh no, I guess they had to reach them, huh? No, because they needed the bacteria in it.
Yeah, they needed the bacteria. Yeah,
I felt like
they couldn't just transmit information.
Yeah, it did. The Beatles, they were able to. Yeah, they were able to do it.
The Beatles was pretty cool.
Well, it's funny that Drill mentioned the ending. That's going to be the next one. Who had the best ending, the book or the movie?
They kind of had the same ending.
They had the very similar endings.
Yeah,
but I like the visuals of because I thought he was in a very small bubble, like not a very big bubble.
Yeah, same.
But this made it look like they made him a ginormous
ecosystem.
Like like this thing is huge. So I was very happy to see that. So I would say that the movie had the better ending.
Yeah,
even
I can
though
agree with
the
you on
ending
that.
is exactly the same, but I think the visuals like just really helped. Like
there was one difference. There was one difference from the book to the. It was in the school, and so when Grace asked the question, I forget what he asked. It's something about a light year, and then all of a sudden, what's supposed to be is while you're looking at him, and then the camera backing out, you just see claws, hands up, right, and then but in the movie. You see them hop in and like yo me you know what I mean, like all up in there, and I was just like, okay, this is cool because it looks just like his class on Earth. So I thought that was a really nice touch of showing the entire class instead of just the hands in the book. In the book, it's just the claws, and then that's it. And it's like you finished the audiobook. I was like, oh, whoa, this is different.
I would have loved to have a science teacher like him growing up. That would have been awesome.
Yeah,
he made it seem like it was fun to learn science.
Yeah, even in the when they showed his Earth class, he definitely was more
animated
and more visual, other than just monologuing everything.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Well, speaking of ending, before we reach this ending, who wants to give their grade first?
What is your scale? Do you do letters or numbers?
We don't really do letters.
We mix it up sometimes,
but they've been adding numbers for some reason. I was like, when did we do that?
So 1 out of 10.
We're gonna go because we're doing science and everything is science based. We're gonna go numbers here. 1 out of 10.
100, 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
Out of 100. It's crazy.
100.
I mean, I guess it's the same thing.
No, I give it a 9.
1 out of 6. We're going to do 1 out of 6 for the Iridians.
A 5.
A 5.
A 5.
Okay. I will give it a 6.
Dang.
I love that. I'll
give it a 6 as well.
I also give it a 6. I like, you know me, if it's a 6 out of 6, or in our case a 10 out of 10, it's a movie that I would love to watch again. I look forward to watch over again. This movie, believe you and me, when it comes out, I will be rewatching. I just loved it. I thought the visual effects were just phenomenal in it.
Leo, it's already out.
Then I'm gonna be rewatching it. I didn't know it was already. No way, is it really?
It's been out for 2 weeks.
No, on streaming platforms. I mean,
Oh,
no,
okay.
like where you could rent it.
Like,
I knew. I was
no,
like,
I mean, I know it's out on theater. I went to go watch.
Like, Leo, you
I
go
meant,
to
like,
the movies right now if you want to go see it.
Yeah,
I
he
was
missed
about to
that
say,
crucial part in the Home Depot.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I'll be able to watch that part.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, y'all.
Gonna watch it again.
Go see it. Please go see it.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
for sure.
100%.
And bring an extra Coke or
And
whatever
read
you
it.
drink.
And
Use
then
a
you
reference
let us
for it.
know if you think the book was as good or better than the movie.
Yes. And so that's going to wrap up this episode. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. You can catch all of our video content on YouTube. Please leave a review as it will help our podcast grow. And don't forget to join our community on Discord. Thanks for hanging out with us. And don't forget to turn it to 11, baby.